Hi, I'm Sarah O'Leary and I'm the CEO of NextLink Domestic Abuse Service and SafeLink, which is support to victims and survivors of rape and sexual assault. We provide a range of specialist community and accommodation services. So if you're worried about your safety and you contacted us, we could help you find somewhere safe to live, for example, or help you to remain safely in your property. We provide emotional support throughout the whole process, and this could include helping you to report to the police if that's something that you choose. Help throughout the whole criminal justice process, or help for you to access legal remedies. We'd support you in your recovery from the abuse that you have experienced. When NextLink first started, over 21 years ago, we had one safe house. And there was very little awareness of the impact and the prevalence of domestic and sexual abuse. Often, victims weren't believed when they came forward, and they often felt like they were made to feel that they were to blame for what had happened to them. Now, the landscape's very, very different. So through listening to the voices of victim survivors and what they need, we've developed a range of specialist services. For example, in our ISVA services, we've got a dedicated independent sexual violence advisor that supports victims and survivors who have a learning disability who've experienced rape or sexual assault. And we have a service that is dedicated to support women and girls who are experiencing honour-based abuse or forced marriage. And we also have accommodation support for women who have got multiple disadvantage or complex needs. We've been able to do this with support from the wider community and also our partners in the local authority. And there's so much more awareness now. There's been a real commitment over the last 5 years in this city to tackle domestic and sexual abuse. But we still know that there's so much more to do. And I think COVID has really highlighted this. COVID is one of the biggest threats to the safety of victim survivors that we've seen in a very long time. A lot of victims have described to us that it's like they've been living in a double lockdown. And what we want to come out of COVID is that the focus for support for victims and survivors doesn't disappear as COVID does. So we want a city where every family lives safe and free from domestic and sexual abuse, and a city where any victim and survivor, when they need help, they can get it immediately.